Okay, haven't done any vloggy style videos in a little bit. Here's Colby's Fox body. This one is Coyote powered, big like 98mm turbo. We're putting our True North turbo unit on there, but I'm just doing a little bit of work to like button this thing up and get it ready for the beginning of the spring. Still cold as shit out right now, so you know, garage isn't fun to be in. Heater's always on. Just doing some welding in here. Some of these brackets weren't all the way welded up, so I just, you know, pulled all the stuff out, rear mount radiator, weld up some of those brackets back here. We also had to put a firewall in the back here. That took me a little bit of time. We used the little strips right here, and then just sheet on top. So I still have to paint all that and then final assembly it, seam seal it up. I'm not much of a tin work guy, so that was like my first experience doing a little bit of like tin work. It was okay, not something I really enjoy doing. We use these scallop strips. Some of those bad boys right there. When I pull those panels off to paint it, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Here's currently what the engine looks like. This thing is like built. Aluminum rods, big flowing heads from Frankenstein, turbo on it. We're putting our turbo on it, like I said. There's a little front mount radiator here to go with the rear one just for extra cooling capacity, so I've got to plumb that in too. I already did move the water pump, so there's a water pump here, there's a water pump at the back. This one's gonna push water to the back, the other one's gonna push water to the front. I'm gonna make something so that these lines don't run the full length. Right now they run the full length and you would just kind of plug them in wherever. I'm gonna put a bulkhead fitting system right here. Make the line stop there, then the lines to the front are just from here up. Methanol tank here. There is a fuel tank for the back as well for pump gas. Mechanical fuel pump here, and then there's a electric fuel pump in the tank in the back too. So like I said, this thing is, it's light. I can't tell you how light it is exactly, but it's like light. It's not steel roofing quarters. Those are carbon roofing quarters. So the car is like, it's light. If you look back further in my videos, I made these little line brackets right here just to hold up some lines. I'm currently printing a couple more so I can hold up those two by themselves and, you know, those couple by themselves. If you go back in my videos, you'll see that I made a tutorial on how to make these and 3D print them. You need to use like, you know, ABS or something, but it's still pretty easy to do. Super easy to make. You just bolt them up like with a rib nut or something. Home this bad boy. I love this thing. It's just so convenient. I don't have to manually cut things out anymore, especially circles. Get rid of that. That's the 3D printed steering wheel I made. This is the actual 3D printed steering wheel. True North turbos, go check them out. We're always selling awesome turbos. If you guys need a turbo, come check us out. If you don't, I'll be very upset. Links are always down below. And then I made my custom paddle shifters on the back here. Still needs a little bit of work. But if you think the 3D printed steering wheel is not going to be enough, oh, this is actually the real steering wheel right here. But there is a provision, I do have to cut it down just a little bit, but a provision to put a big piece of steel plate in the middle here. So it'll have a steel core and then everything else will be 3D printed. Super off topic. I sure can be a marshmallow brain sometimes. Oh well, that's an easy fix in Fusion. Anybody need a bracket for 12 AN lines here? That's looking a little better. Oh yeah, with some cleaning up, that's gonna slide in there like butter. I mean, plasma inherently just leaves a bunch of slag on the backside, so you gotta knock all that off anyways. All right, you can basically just use a hammer and a chisel. Oh, and you just whack it off. You know, it's the same way you would normally whack off, just with a hammer and chisel instead. I totally flicked one of those pieces up inside my hoodie somewhere along my neck, and it's still hot. Oof, spicy. There's a skeeter on my Peter, whack it off. There's a skeeter on my Peter, whack it off. There you go. Alrighty, there's our two bulkheads in there. We just have the 16 fitting here. I stole it off the hose. And we're gonna cut these back to length so that they will join up straight into those pieces down there. And then that kind of pulls the lines up and out of where the exhaust is down here. And make sure that they don't fall down there. And then it just gives you a different point. Because if you had just one line, like 16 feet going from here all the way to the back, then when you like pull the engine for whatever reason, that line is just hanging down, drips on the floor, whatever. You only got to disconnect it from here now. And then the second part about putting the bulkheads right here is that both the engine and this small radiator in the front, both join to there. So if you do want to, for whatever reason, just race this at as little weight as possible, all you're gonna have to do is loop these two lines in the back right here, get rid of these lines and get rid of the radiator in the back, and then this system by itself is just included by itself. So there's that also. Now, I spent some time down with Nick at True North Turbos, BSI, just to lend a hand with the new shop move, getting everything set up, and we want to keep production going while we're still moving and organizing. So when it comes to organizing things, it's just one of the things I really enjoy doing. So I spent a lot of time organizing all the product, labeling stuff. I also helped out packaging some orders. So if you guys made an order in the last week, I probably packaged it. If you guys need anything turbo-wise, go to blacksheepindustries.ca. You'll find the True North Turbo stuff. You'll find all the Black Sheep Industries stuff, the wastegates, blow-off valves, all that good stuff. You'll find billet turbo drains, turbo blankets, all kinds of good stuff there. Use code BOOSTEDLifestyle for 10% off everything but the turbos. And then usually once a month we'll do a turbo of the month deal. So let me know what you guys want to see as turbo for the month for next month. Whoa, back on the Fox. We got our brand new True North Turbo. Look at that. Billet center, True North Turbo right there. Black cross. Man, it's looking good. Engraved cover. So this is our, I want to call it just our Mac Daddy Turbo. It's got like every possibility ever on it that you can order. 98 millimeter, good for, a bajillion horsepower and a half. And it's going to replace that unit on there because it's just not our turbo. This will showcase what our turbo can do, and whatever this turbo can do will be for the next guy. Right now I'm just doing the lines from our Clearview oil, thingamajig here, up and over. They're gonna follow this line right here. The old lines did go, between here and here. I just don't like that. That's a lot of heat for no reason. So we're gonna go up and over the motor plate here, and then it's gonna go. Anyways, there's a little oil sandwich plate thing right here. Both of the lines are going up now, up and over the motor plate. They used to go down under the steering shaft and then like between, the motor plate and the exhaust right here. Just a lot of heat, especially for a drag and drive car. If it was just a drag race car, sure, put it there. Drag and drive car, let's, get everything away from the heat. Looking snazzy under here though. Yeah. The original oil lines were actually just like nylon oil lines. But the car will be running methanol, so there'll be a lot of methanol in the oil sometimes. And I just think that methanol will swell the nylon. So got some PTFE stuff. It's just like Teflon line on the inside. Put some fittings on that bad boy. I got some heat sleeve to go on here too, just, extra protection. And we'll get that crimped up. I've never actually used some of this Dickie-Doo heat sleeve stuff, but we just need enough by the header, so about that much. Should just slide over here. I can't see something that's covered in fiberglass not helping, so get that on there. Won't fit on after we crimp it. There, a little bit of heat sleeve on there. Like I can't see that not helping at all, right? I really gotta clean that out after though. Okay. All right, here's our Mac Daddy Turbo. We'll bolt this bad boy on here. We did powder coat it white to like match the car, and then we have the black on the back because that's just fancy looking too. Big 98 millimeter. Won't give you the exact dimensions on it, but it's big. It only weighs 38.1 pounds. We weighed it before we brought it over here, which is actually really light for this size of turbo. So if you're looking to shed a little bit of weight and make all the power, like I said, it's the Mac Daddy. This has got everything on it. If this is you all-out baller, go check out our website, True North Turbos. The link is down below, blacksheepindustries.ca. There's a True North Turbos tab there. Go click on it. I have one good ratchet in here. Where are you? I have a couple good ratchets, but I have one really good ratchet that I like. Someone sent it to me too, and I don't even know what kind it is. I wish I could remember who sent it to me because it's an awesome ratchet. Hello? Where are you? Like, I've definitely got a couple ratchets in here. But like, this one has been the best one. Tekken. It's got like a lot of teeth in it, and it just ratchets really well, okay? I should probably do some maintenance on it. Maybe like lube it or something. Those are barely tight. With the old. Oh yes, my favorite part. Well, we're gonna have to make our own little intake pipe, that's okay. Looks like our compressor is a little bit shorter. Hey, there it is in all its glory. I do have to make a new charge pipe here. It turns out that our compressor housing is about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the other one. So besides having to extend this just, you know, a little tiny bit, it's all gonna work out fine. It does look really good on there though. Like the coated exhaust, which is an option that we can do for you, that came out really great. I do have to put the oil feed in here. Drain was already hooked up to the mount there, but everything, like the white looks really good compared to the color of the white of the car, and then the white and black theme just goes really well. So I think this should be powder coated either black or white just to match the whole theme, and then yeah, I'll get around to doing that probably tomorrow. What I plan on doing right now, there's the finished hot dog. If you guys haven't watched that video, go to my main channel, hot dog build, fully there. I expected it to do way better because it was really fun and we made a video complete from beginning to end. Didn't do that great. It's okay. I'm gonna get the cart back up on the table over there, clean up a bunch of this mess, finally start getting dimensions of the cart so I can put it in Fusion 360, start building our body for that. The hot dog here was just basically a test to see if we can model something, print it out on a 3D printer, and then use that as the template to build the body. So the hot dog is just a smaller scale for the body over there. Yeah, so doing much better. Sun's starting to come out more often now. That's great. It still is minus 30 Celsius today, which is like minus 20 Fahrenheit or something like that. Something crazy, something stupid. You can't be outside for more than 2 seconds before you die. Peace easy, get that V. If this video doesn't come out, I'll probably die because it's too cold. Bye.